God, we are talking about God having made himself known. The verse says that God has spoken, has manifested himself, has made himself known in the past, in other times of history, in many and varied ways. So, if we know God or God is knowable, it is because he has taken the initiative to make himself known. After all, the finite cannot comprehend the infinite, but God has spoken many times and in various ways. He has revealed himself. In the past, God used many ways to communicate with the people, and one of the main ways was through the prophets. We can think of Elijah, Elisha, Isaiah 487, Jeremiah. God sent his emissaries, his messengers, to bring revelation to his people. Now, in these same verses, an important point is made that should focus our attention on Christ. It says that in the last times, or in these final days, and we are talking from the apostolic era when the letter was written, God has revealed himself, he has made himself known, no longer in various and many ways but only through a single means, your Son. This is how our epistle places from the beginning the centrality of the Son of God, our Lord Jesus Christ. If we want to talk about the climax of the revelation, we have to talk about the Son. The Son has the exclusive channel of communication, of revelation, of connection with the Father. For a reason Jesus said, "No one comes to the Father except through me." So, from the beginning he is pointing out his main message to us of how absurd it is to leave Christ, if it is the only channel of revelation, if it is the only one that connects us to the Father, if he is the only one who has made God known. God speaks and has spoken to us exclusively through the Son. Next, he begins to give us a real class in Christology. Christology is the section of theology that studies the person and work of Jesus Christ. These brief verses provide a fabulous summary of the person of Christ. So take note of this. It is important to have a biblical Christology, and we can ask and answer two questions based on these verses. We can ask ourselves, who is Christ? And we can also ask ourselves, what has Christ done? These verses will give us concrete and descriptive answers about the person and work of Jesus Christ. Hebrews 1:2-3 says, "In these final days he has spoken to us through his Son. He appointed him heir of all, and through him he made the universe." 3. The Son is the brightness of God's glory, the faithful image of what he is, and the one who upholds all things with his powerful word. After carrying out the purification of sins, he sat at the right hand of the Majesty on high. First, when faced with the question, who is Christ? The initial response the passage answers us. Christ is the Son. Throughout the epistle and throughout the New Testament, for this purpose, Jesus Christ is identified as the Son of God. He is not a son of God, but the Son of God. In fact, he is called the only begotten Son of God. God only has one Son, and that is Jesus Christ. This concept, although it seems simple, is very complex.